Hello there and welcome to Direct Strike, where today we're jumping into the weekly Brawl. We don't guess. Sure. You know what? I'll do that. God, it's not cheap, but got it. Alright, so I've got units on the board for round 1, real units on the board for round 1, and then I'll be picking up gas. Welcome to Direct Strike, where today we're jumping into the weekly Brawl. And the weekly Brawl, I like this one. It's a synergy brawl. That means all waves spawn all at the same time. So I'm grouping up here with my teammate who wants to get aggressive. Let's see how this works out. I imagine not well, because that's some beef in front of the building. Alright, so in that case, I need to determine, am I going more Alarak? There's some Mecha Zerglings and there's an Aegis Guard. I think in that case we do go more Alarak. And we pick up these guys. You can outrange the base, so you're already tier 2, and Raynor is tanking. Oh, it's so close. It's not quite. Hey! The lock-on gets it. Great. So we got paid off for that one. You love to see it. With a Phoenix player in as their third, I think I do have to be careful with going Alarak Supplicants. But I think we can just kind of do it. My Raynor hasn't built their bunker, which is unfortunate. He's staying tier 1 ground the whole game. Alright. Let's give him the thumbs up. Which means... well, I hope he eventually gets upgrades, but... if that's the case, then I need to consider things like Wrathwalkers. I'm going upper tech. Wrathwalkers deal with Phoenix very well. They deal with Gary very well. I need to spread some of these out. Just put them off on the sides. Like so. Alright, we've got... everyone's got their defenses up. And I need Havocs. Several Havocs. Okay, so now he's not chomping on my Supplicants, which is what we want to see. Havoc here. The wave looks like he's very front loaded. Maybe we slide this forward a bit. A little bit more. Good. Yeah, it'll do. We get one more Havoc for the buff to all. Havoc cloaking, so they aren't immediately obliterated by things, or at least unlikely to be immediately obliterated by things. Wouldn't mind some just massive line of Goliaths here for the teammate. Cyclones are, in my opinion, the much stronger opening unit, but we can survive. We can survive having Goliaths. What we really need is, look at the range on this Firebat. Just with all the range buffs, just sitting next to the Havoc. That's better. Now we're pushing across the midline. I'm going to get some more Supplicants, because forcing them to get single target damage. They don't have a whole lot of single target damage. They have general units on the board, which is kind of a chonky, thick wave. And the wave does deal decent work. But they don't have anything that's really, truly single target damage. So I'm content to focus on giving them a bigger target to hit. A stronger target to hit. We see them reacting with multiple flavors of detection. presumably to deal with the Havocs. And that Phoenix jumped in and just got melted. That's a good time. I'm going to take soul augmentation so that we get additional zealots, or additional shields, should I say. More accurately, we get extra effective HP on these supplicants, so they heal Alarak more when Alarak demands them. I'm going to pick up a third gas, as we're pushing across the board, and directly into the Nexus. Enemy Phoenix has become Dragoon. It looks like my role this game is likely to simply be more Alarak. If I go tier 3, I can get access to Empower Me, which I think might just be enough to break them, because they're already on the edge of being broken. If I supercharge Alarak for one round, I think they just kind of get slaughtered. Havokers. Yes, they really are. In fact, I'm going to get 2 more of them back here. And the reason for that is, as you may notice, the Havocs tend to get out of position every now and again. I would like to have more of them sitting around, just patrolling around the wave, giving their benefits to things. And then we'll go tier 3, empower Alarak, and see if we can't shatter their line. Truly push into the base. Now, typically under this scenario, I wouldn't really want to do this. And the reason for that is the main base, it's just very effective at breaking things. It just does a lot of damage, and it doesn't go down quick. So, if we're fighting anywhere near the enemy main base, we have to have overwhelming power. Or, well, we just won't do it. Is Alarak that overwhelming power? I don't think so, but we've been pushing hard enough for long enough that it might just do it. If we wipe out their wave, we can get some real damage onto their Nexus. Will it be enough to end it? I don't know. We're gonna find out. No. No, it will not be. Okay. Unfortunate. More supplicants. More supplicants for the big Protoss man. And we continue pushing. I am tempted to go Ascendance here. Ascendance would break much of the small unit spam that we're seeing from the enemies here. But I think it won't be necessary. Not with all the fire bats. Yeah, teammates got the same idea. Thor's with the splash damage. I'm thinking real hard about the mothership. I think the mothership is a mistake, but I'm thinking real hard about it. Alright, we're close. We're almost on. We're pushing into the Nexus kill range to get. Alright, well, that's an Ultralisk. Should I say that's multiple Ultralisks, which is a concern. We need more anti-armor damage that can come in the form of Vanguards, but I'm going to take Wrathwalkers instead. These Wrathwalkers, they shoot up, they shoot down, and they are great single target burst damage. Going to pick up the tier 3 Havoc upgrade because, well, better Havocs are better. And then we'll pick up Rapid Power Cycling making Wrathwalkers fire their shots immediately without having to charge up. We'll save the anti-air upgrade for Wrathwalkers until they get aircraft. They don't have any of that yet. Not really. Are you tier 3? He is tier 3, okay. So the enemy is starting to get a few air units, you know, beyond Gary. But what they have will go down to my teammates Goliaths very, very quickly. As, frankly, our teammate Raynor is just the DPS right now. Just the line of Marauders, the line of Fire Bats just removes everything. And I'm the tank. I'm taking all the aggro, and it's working. It's working real well. Speaking of which, it's not as much as the Wrathwalkers are good. I mean, look what they're doing here. They're sitting back here blasting things. As good as they are, my role this team is main tank. And that is how you do it. Welcome to the weekly Brawl. And we're off to round 2. It looks like we've got Stetman this time, which is neat. So let's see what kind of nonsense we get up to this time. I'm gonna go straight tier 2 because tier 2 is where the fun starts with Gary. And throw you on the board. Looks like we have an allied Nova in the 2nd position. And our 3rd teammate is Dahaka with the ultimate lizard. So we're going to have some hero units to begin, although mine will be a little bit late, not kicking in until, well, tier 2. We have some units on the board for the teammates. I love what I'm seeing here. Alright, so it looks like Dahaka's starting with midline here. Nova's got a little bit of a front line going. More of a midliner, so I may be permitted to go DPS, which depending on things may probably result in many lurkers. I think lurkers are going to be the call here from me. Yeah, we're seeing Hydras here, tier 2. Tier 2 from the Nova. Okay. We also have Stalkers, which is another good motivator to go lurkers. Vorazun is likely to go Stalkers pretty much regardless of what we do, so that will be relevant. Question is, do I go Super Gary or not? I think we don't go Super Gary immediately. We just get several lurkers onto the board. Switch over to energy mode and focus strike algorithm for the splash damage on these lurkers. Much better. Nova, the allied Nova has obtained detection. You'll love to see it. Still got another moment before we can get that going. There we go. Keep bashing the cannon, please. Good. And one more lurker onto the board. Excellent. Doing a little bit of micro here because I can and for no real other reason. There we go. Activate this so that even if things get hit... No, why are you like this? It's fine. Alright, good. Gassing up. And that's why the lurkers are good versus the stalkers. They just keep chomping on the stalkers even as they try to move around. It's very effective. This just looks like the teams are... I think one of these teams is stronger than the other, and I can't possibly imagine which. Joy of random matches. Yeah, the Corsair pick was brave for the enemy war zone. Perfect. We've got triple lurker on the board now. This means I believe it is time for me to go tier 3, because while there are Goliaths, I think they won't be able to do much about me getting super Gary here. This is why. Just yep. No, that's a fast round. Welcome to very fast rounds. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, and check out our weekly streams, because that's where we get to have you guys get involved. But for now, have a good one, everyone. Have a good day, and I will see you guys in the next video.